why I love FPV quad flying. I also enjoy FPV plane flying, but there's a difference. Plane flying is awesome. Flying period's awesome because you're like a bird. You're in the sky. You zip around wherever you want, up, down. Yeah, you're a bird. You're in the freaking sky. Every human has dreamed of flying. This is a way to do it, especially with the camera, because what you see is what that camera sees. That's why it's FPV, first person view. You put yourself behind the camera. Plane goes straight. You can turn, go around, but generally a plane is flying in a straight line somewhere until you turn it. And it's still pretty much flying in a straight line. It's just turning that straight line. Quadcopter, you can stop. You can up, down, side, backwards. You flip, roll. You can do it on the plane. Do it a lot quicker with one of these. Another thing I love about that, just the freedom, is trying to figure this shit out, because if you look at it, when the quad's flying, the quad isn't flying level. Well, it is, but then that's just hovering. So when you're moving forward, the quad actually has to be tilted, because you have thrust of this thing. Thrust comes straight down at the bottom, which gives you lift. To get that lift going forward, you have to get the thrust going forward. So the more you tilt it forward, the more it's going to want to go forward. But there's a certain point where you go forward and you're not fighting gravity. So the physics of it is you have to tilt it forward to get it to move forward, but still have enough upward thrust to keep you in the air. Thus, and then when you're flying like that, in order to, if your camera is flat, level with this, when you're flying, when you're hovering, you're seeing straight, but when you're flying, you're looking at the ground. So in order to fly straight and see what's coming at you and some of your bottom and top horizon, you kick the camera at an angle. That's not even much one. Most pilots fly 30, 35. Some even go to the extreme of 60 anyway. So now you can get forward thrust, fight gravity, and still be straight on and see the level horizon. So that being said, the thrust is important in this, because as you're going forward, you got to think of thrust. As you're doing tricks, you have to think of your thrust and what the quad is doing and which way you're getting pushed. Because if you're flying forward and you tilt the quad this way in the air, it automatically wants to drift that way. So you can technically do what's called a power loop, like this, right? But also you could, if you have enough skill, you can do one this way. So as you're incorporating those moves, you also have to remember your camera angle and what you're seeing, because certain moves, when you do this thing, like when you yaw left or yaw right, you yaw this way because of the way the motors work and it turns you, it also tilts you. So you have to compensate for that in your flying and your stick movements. So you do such a thing as kick to the side and then you take your turn, or you just take your turn, but as you're doing it, you're rolling the quad also while you're turning it, because it wants to roll with the thrust. Also your camera angle. The camera angle's up here, so if you're flying straight forward and you just do a yaw spin, your camera doesn't, it's not staying level with the horizon. You're level there, you're looking at a level horizon, but as you yaw spin, it goes up, and then it will come back down to where you're level. So if you do a yaw spin, you have to actually, you have to yaw, pitch back to get it to go level. Actually pitch down, because it's going to want to kick you up, so you have to pitch down with it. Let me get this right in my hands. Easier to like two-handed, but I have to hold the camera. So you spin, but instead of coming up, when you spin, you have to do your stick down so you maintain your level horizon. So there's times when you're doing yaw and roll all at the same time, you're doing yaw and pitch all at the same time, and all of that is to get the picture you want, which this whole thing is about. It's just not so much flying, it's what you're seeing flying and making that look the best it possibly